3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
Oh, let's get ready to suck it!
Welcome to your doom.
Snack bar, Lambeau Field. I was scalded by the cheese of a flaming hot nacho.
You play to win the game.
He starts to come and then he pulls out.
It's from a slice of gabagool.
Finish him!
Oh, it's hard goddamn work being this good.
Welcome back to another episode of the Dudecast with your two from afar
long distance lightning
favorite dudes. I'm Dom. He's Mark. Still Marc. We are back again, ladies and gentlemen, for another episode.
Episode 43 for real this time.
For life.
Right here on the Chop Sports YouTube page, the Chop Sports Studios here in Mattawan, Jersey. Premier Streaming Network, still podcast network. We got Dave behind the wall there, all the way on the other side of the fucking.
So far.
Yeah, is the first lady. I can't give her
First
the
lady.
dig.
So wait, lady, the bird system.
Bird lady. That's right, junk. And then, if you haven't noticed, we have
a new dude,
fourth guest on the show today. The one, the only, Kurt Fowles. That's who It's very easy to
bowls.
Yeah,
flowers when I was a kid. It's Fowles.
Yeah. So Kurt is the owner-operator of Sirius Cinema, the Reservoir in Philadelphia.
Yep.
And I think that might be it for now.
Yeah. There's multiple. There's other little things in there mixed in, but they're all kind of under the same wheelhouse for the most part.
Yeah, and me and him go back like fucking reclining chairs. I've known this dude from the music scene for a long fucking time.
Too long almost.
Oh yeah. But why don't you just elaborate for the folks out there what exactly you do with Sirius Cinema and the Reservoir and all that? Like,
Yeah, so the short of it is that it's a video production company, which is full service. So doing commercials, weddings, music videos, advertisement, even drone, and even graphic design, all that kind of thing built into it. And the Reservoir is actually a 2,500 square foot film warehouse. So there's custom backdrops, all that kind of stuff. So, low budget movies are shot there, other commercials, things that I've done, but it's also like a rental place as well.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
So that's like, that was like the second business that I had going into that. So
nice. So like, when you started this like a little, like, when did you officially start? Like,
which one? Or like
video. Yeah, like let's peel the onion back a little bit, and we'll get down to the fucking old the original stuff. When you started making
stories,
video and like stuff like that. When did you start getting into like doing video work? Kinda, I guess I say. And then when did it get to a point where you said, "Fuck it, I could do this like all the time. Like I don't need a real. This can be my job."
Yeah, so basically, I would say from about 2003 or 4, from just touring and traveling in bands, I always had like, it was even before GoPro, it was like those things called flip cameras, if you remember them back in the day.
Scott had that. That's what we filmed the first.
Even like
fucking
having those things, or even like old camera, like would always just film friends hanging out, making highlight and like reels before it was even cool.
Yeah.
Back then. Then started traveling and touring in bands, and just always had a camera in my hand, basically doing really everything. Like flash forward a bunch of years, bunch of jobs, getting fired, quit, all sorts of things. I say it's about 8 years ago now. So working for a company in not Morristown, but Morristown.
Morristown. There, they got a good pretzel.
Where I was a creative director. I'll skip a bunch of little stories behind that, but long story short of it is that I was doing just music videos and productions, things like outside of the job.
Yep.
And they were kind of getting pissed because they were seeing my stuff on social media. Like, why aren't you bringing your lights and your camera gear and your drone and
they're
all this
expecting
stuff?
you to supply.
Even though they're like, it was a product that they had nothing. Like, I wasn't shooting music video. Like,
it's not gonna work.
It was a hair removal product. That's what the company was. I don't want to say what it is. It's like it was a hair removal product. It was like, no, I'm shooting a music video. Anything crazy with
it's not the sexiest thing in the world.
So we started headbutting or whatever. And then long story short, he brought me up and he was like, we're gonna let you go today. That was about 7-8 years ago, and then fired me. And then the next day I went on Facebook and I was like, hey, I'm jobless. I'm trying to find at least 10 people who are looking for social media videos, advertisement, and just, basically hire me for that.
Dope.
Nice.
And I've been doing that full time since about 8 years ago. I haven't had another job since then.
That's fucking great. That's the dream. Awesome. Like I always ask, because that's the dream. Everybody wants to work for themselves.
I mean,
who the fuck wants to work
for
someone else?
Not everyone. I think it does take like a unique person and
it
mindset.
does. You could talked to every boss or employer that I had. I'm a terrible employee because I feel like not that I always wanted to work for myself, but like I guess the authority figure of it all.
Oh, of course.
And like not that I can't take direction, but
I hate it. I hear that.
But I've always had the ideas of like just I just never had the money to lead into different things. Which money you need money to make money.
Yeah.
So that was how I was to get to where I am at today. But I can't see I'll do whatever it takes to continue doing what I'm doing.
So you got your few accounts under your belt. You went on socials. I'm looking for a new, I'm looking for new opportunities.
Free,
you
right
get some accounts
free. Like first, I said like first 10 videos, like I'm making like a 1-minute highlight video of like a tattoo artist, a barbershop, a landscaper, salon, anything. And I was just doing little random videos, and they would just reshare it and tag me. And then I always have this theory that like when people do stuff on the side, you don't really take them as serious. But when you say it's like, hey, this is what I do all the time and full time, like you wouldn't go hire. I mean, you probably would like hire like a part-time mechanic or a part-time electrician or a part-time plumber. You'd be like, this guy does this every single day. That's who you want to be the best.
Yeah.
So when I started telling everybody that this is what I do all the time, my name was getting tagged on social media for everything, and like you meet someone's getting married.
Like it legitimized you for
basically,
the most part.
Yeah. When they saw that that's all I was doing, it's just like I said, the social media and friends and the network of being in bands and traveling, and
I'm telling you that stuff
like,
it pays off in life. People don't realize it's like, listen, I made a lot of connections with a lot of people early on in life.
Around the world.
Yeah, around
I was
the world.
In bands. I used to tour. I mean, I've toured all over the world. So and I've been flown after not being in bands anymore, being able to keep traveling.
Sure.
Like basically being in a band, but actually I'm getting paid this time.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's interesting too, because like in a world we were just talking about before we started, but like in a world of like algorithms and all these things, like the best form of like lead generation or audience expansion is word of mouth, man. It's like it's still not like it's still the old school like first ever like marketing and sales like tactic. It's word of mouth.
Always.
And I think it's always going to be that way.
Like
so,
Civ from fucking Negative Approach, or what Youth of Today said they would back in like late 80s, they'd be touring and like they'd start tours on the East Coast, and by the time they'd be like, incremental, like more people every show they'd get to, it'd be a little more. By the time they were in California playing for like 5,000 people.
Yeah.
It's all word of mouth. Like, I see this band, like
Back then it was even harder.
Yeah, exactly. Back then there's no internet, Fucking, but yeah, it's all fucking word of mouth shit. Get your shit popping. That's awesome.
That's how I even do a lot of my like, even to this day, like a lot of my like advertising. Instead of like, people pay Instagram and Facebook and you say, oh, I want to show it to X, Y, and Z. I can't even think how many clients have actually hit me up and said like, hey, I saw your ad.
Yeah,
like a random person. So what I started doing is going back through my old clients, and I basically will resend them the link of the content we've made together. And I'll say, instead of giving Facebook or Instagram or whoever money, I will pay you to reshare this on your social media and basically advertise it. So like, and then a lot of them are awesome friends and people I've worked with that they'll just, dude, I'll download it, and they just reshare it. So, if I did, I can't remember how many videos I've done this time, but like, or content in general, but probably over 1,000. So 20, 30 in like a month.
Yeah.
Like it just kind of comes back with that, not even having to pay an advertisement, and it's to the client that I know is getting me other clients.
Yeah,
that's like
because
my
it's
circle.
also and it's also
not just random people who are in South Jersey or Atlantic City or Philly or some random guy who's like, oh, I just saw your ad on a sponsored page. Like, 'cause I see those all the time. I swipe right by him. For the most part. But like if your friend posted, you're like, okay, it's my friend. He knows him. Maybe we'll hulk it up a little bit.
Yeah, and then
so
like,
I've learned to do that instead.
Yeah, and then like also they're sharing it to people like that are probably in that realm too. Like they
like
need
gyms
the same
or other
service.
gyms,
Yeah,
or
exactly.
other bands that are like, hey, shot a music video or promotion with this band.
So they're like, oh, that's sick. This band wants to fucking check them out. Yeah, that's awesome. So now, how did you get into? I'm obviously it's probably fast forward, but the reservoir itself, how did that fall into your hands? Because that's a great idea. First and foremost, I think that's like
I can't take credit.
A great idea.
I can't take credit that it's obviously I was not the first one to ever do something.
No,
like that.
no, I get it, but like
I guess like in that area, I feel like it went from like seemed to be like nothing to a lot to like almost like it was I call it the most like the number one peer rated place in Philly. Studios. But basically, I'd say about 3 years ago, I was doing a video for a gym that I had a client at the time who was downstairs of the studio. He's like, yo, you got to go check it out upstairs. And if you guys have seen it or whatever, it's a big, giant 2,500 square foot warehouse, but it was just destroyed. Windows broken, like a total rundown place. And I was like,
reminded me of a model's old warehouse.
Yeah.
like
guess,
that.
yeah. But it was like totally just like rundown. And I just said, basically, I was like, hey, I'll give you like $6,000 for like the first 6 months. Let me just start kind of cleaning it up and let me just see what I can do here. And if it doesn't work out, then I'm done. So basically took that and just started cleaning it up. And luckily, it's mainly rappers that come through there. So it's like a lot of Philadelphia rappers came through. They wanted a really grungy, kind of beat down warehouse.
So it
like,
worked out.
Just throw some tube lights up and make it look kind of like, really spooky and cinematic looking, and build little mini sets, like just like basic backdrops. And that started basically giving like the revenue of it. And then start putting money into like actually buying good lighting, buying new, buying real like projects, like sets and stuff like that.
Yeah.
All new windows, all new lighting, air conditioning, heating, new floors. Like I just start, all the money I kept, because I got the video business money, which is my income. All the income from the studio, I just keep it back in the studio and just keep it going.
Yeah,
I don't even get paid by the studio, just put it back into it. So it's all, I guess, all profit in the end, or it just all stays in the company in general.
Yeah,
no doubt.
That's awesome.
But I was just also tired of just like renting spaces on my own. I shoot a band in a house or a basement or or I'd say to the band, hey, I want X amount of money just to go rent a studio.
Yeah.
So that's I was like, I'll just take this and kind of, I'll take an investment. If it doesn't work in 6 months, whatever, it is what it is.
Yeah, because like you were saying, like you could just do it on your own. Like even if you weren't renting to other people, it's like, oh, it's a space for me to shoot the stuff I need
that was
to do.
that was like the primary. I was like, oh, I can shoot bands here and this and that. And then once I was like, okay, well, I started posting it and was like, whoa, where's this at? Like, can I shoot there? And I was like, well,
now you can.
There's like Pure Space, which is almost like Airbnb for like rental. If you don't know what it is,
No,
it's
I
like
never heard of that
it's
before.
like basically like an Airbnb for studios.
Okay.
So you can rent out different kinds.
Cool
of,
concept,
even like this kind of setup. You can say, hey, for X amount of money per hour.
You should tell
you guys
Dave
be
about
here.
it because he tries to rent this place out to people.
Oh, dude, I'll hook you guys up. Well, I'll tell you how to get there.
That'd be cool.
But luckily, so then I started going right into that world, and then it just became like it's like having an Airbnb. People hit you up, they say, hey, like I want to do this X, Y, and Z. You accept it. See you at noon. Get out of there at 2.
Now let me ask you this: is there any type of talent or situation that you have to turn down for any reason? Is there anything like too crazy or extreme where it's like, I can't
it's
do
fan
this?
bus coming through like, listen, we're gonna fucking bukkake like 30 fucking midgets in here.
Nah, nothing. I mean, at least I do have cameras in there, so nothing that I've like seen. So yeah, I will. There's obviously like models and photo shoots that happen there, so I do allow nudity and all that kind of stuff. No scenes where it's like any
penetration.
Not even that. Like not even like really anything sexual stuff. It's always just kind of like I guess
physical
just
art.
photo stuff. Really.
Yeah.
Classy, arty, naked women.
Art. But I mean, I guess the only things I really will turn down is like I don't really do any kind of events there, just because it's like insurance is obviously big. One. I mean, I do have insurance, but it's like someone gets hurt on the scene. It's like they're gonna sue me. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna let that happen. So plus a ton of people there, ton of trash. There's only one bathroom. So it's not like I want like 100 people there or more to like. And I would love it because it is a nice space and it would be super cool for an event and like a big thing. But I just know it's gonna become a lot, and a lot of like I said, it's a lot of rappers come in. But I was like, I do have a smoking fee, which I charge $100 so they can smoke. However, they'll be like, hey, like there's only 5 of us coming, so whatever. Okay, cool. Here's an ashtray, so and so. But then they invite like 20, 30 of their friends to come be in the video, and they paid the smoking fee. Like, you just one fee, not per person, just one fee.
Yeah.
You got 20, 30 rappers in there fucking smoking the place up. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, there's a family coming in at like 4. You know what I mean? Like to come do like a portrait shoot. And it's like, they come on and it's just like a Cheech and Chong concert.
Wow. Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't really kick them out after that. But if I can tell, based off like, as soon as I get the request, I'll just go check out their socials and see like how, if we have mutual friends. But then I kind of just will judge like, oh, we're booked that day, or hey, so it's just something. I either will say just deny it in general, or I'll just say, hey, it's not available, but for more money, I'll move those people, and then I'll put you there. So
money always talks.
Right. So instead of like $75 an hour, I'll be like, for $125 an hour, I'll open it up for you.
Yeah, and then you never hear from them again.
All the time, dude. And then they go, oh, dude, I got 30,000 followers. I'll reshare for you. I'll I'll do the exposure share.
Oh yeah. Do you have any employees there?
I don't have any actual on quote unquote like on the books employees. I should have said that.
We can edit that out if you want.
No, I'm just joking. So I do have like kind of like freelance workers.
Okay.
That they were actually clients that came into the studio to use it, and then I saw their work and I was like, dude, awesome work. So I'm like, I'll hire them for my video business to be like help me out for just assistance. Then I was like, I remember one day I was like, hey, I can't make it to the studio to get this like 2 p.m. booking. And is one of you available to go get it? And then he went and did it and handled it. You know what I mean? Just treated it like as if like it was me.
there.
Let them in and opened the door and, you know, got them all set up and everything and make sure everything was locked up and closed and legit. And then from that point on, that was like actually almost 2.5 years ago now. So I have 2 guys that are kind of like that.
Nice.
Where it kind of stinks because it stinks for them, but it's kind of like it's like a la carte almost. Because like I'll take the bookings a lot of time, and then, you know, sometimes like 6 p.m. or if it's like a 9 p.m. booking, I'd be like, yo, okay, are you one of you available to go get it? And they're like, nah, we're not available. Or, you know what I mean? It's always just like kind of random. It's never like a full schedule because it's only based off of the bookings itself.
Gotcha.
So that's why it kind of stinks because I try to give them a heads up. Like if I know I'm not going to get it, I'll get to them first so that way they can kind of have the heads up and not where I'm like, hey, you know.
Yeah.
Because I can't expect everybody to just go jump for me.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
no,
hey,
I get it.
Hey, I'm actually sitting at home. Can you take the booking for me? Yeah, because I live about a half hour from the studio. So sometimes I'm like, shit, now I gotta go there for a 2-hour booking. I got to drive a half hour, hang out there for 2 hours, then drive home. So it's like, and then and then the pay because after the peer space fees and everything, it kind of adds up. So it's like I walk away with like $50, which I'm still grateful for.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
In the end, which is another cool thing about the studio is that when the people shoot there and they put the photos, videos, anything they do there, they reshare it and tag the studio. So I get to reshare it and go, hey, look what they shot here. Something I would never think of doing. Or they'll send it to me directly, and or they'll like do that kind of invite collaborator. You ever see that thing?
Yep.
So when they post it, I get to also share it too. So it's basically getting like free content.
I mean,
so if I have a new set that I just built,
dude, they're paying you for content.
They pay me basically. We pay the studio to shoot in this spot like a jail cell, and then then people see that and they go, oh, you got a jail cell, and they go and use it.
Yeah.
So it kind of comes full circle.
Yeah, I mean,
so
like
it's kind of like pays for itself.
That's cool. So like if I was like a movie producer or director or something, I see jail cell, and like I'm creating a movie, I need a jail scene, something like that. Boom, there you go. That's your spot. So yeah, no, that having that visibility and being able to do those things where you can leverage your client base for more revenue expansion, I mean, it is a brilliant way to do things, and especially for like a one-man show or small teams where you have to be budget minded with like everything you do.
Yeah.
So for you to display that, I think kudos to you for doing that and the way that you've been operating so far. It sounds like it's been a success. So good shit, man. So, I mean, we're going to talk a lot more. We're going to go to break in a little bit, but before we do, I want to go back a little bit more about like the entrepreneurial mindset of things. And so like growing up, did you have other people or were you close to people that ran companies, or were you like kind of the first out of your family to take a chance like this, to take and just like go into it? Like, tell me a little bit about that.
Came from, I guess it's actually, I feel like it kind of sort of sparked from being in a band. When I was in the band CDC with John Bose.
Yeah,
cool dudes.
So yeah. Sadly.
Were you when K-Line was in it?
Yeah, Kaylin.
Okay.
Yeah, Kaylin. When we actually first started in 2004 together in the band.
Okay.
But seeing the way John handled the band as a business kind of gave it like that business mode of it.
And then he had the
Cold Cuts.
The Cold Cuts merch, and he turned that into like
we'd be sitting there practicing. He literally have shirts like in the practice space, like running down the dryer, like in the studio or in the space we were practicing at. So he'd be working doing the same stuff.
Yeah.
So seeing that, I didn't really have many family that were, I guess, like having their own business. They were always like, "Oh, go to college and quit the band, and get a real job, and do this, and blah blah blah." But of course, I was a loser in the band, so I lived in the basement, lived at home for as long as possible. And I said, like, if you actually talk to like all the bands that I was in, they always had like, "Oh, Kurt has all these ideas. Kurt has all these ideas." Like, I had like ideas for websites and products and this and that. But I said, like, but you need the money. I needed the money to make those things a reality, which being in a band and working crappy jobs, I didn't have.
Yeah.
So they were just ideas. And then it's crazy is that I remember having so many, I can't think of them now, so many ideas over the years that have became real things.
Real things. Oh, yeah, we did all the time.
I'm like, God damn it.
Like I could have, that could have been me.
Yeah, but shit, I would this. And I was like, that, I'm like, geez, it worked out. But, I said that even just having like a boss or whatever, working for people, I've always had like the kind of, I don't want to work here kind of attitude. Like it wants to be me, that kind of thing. So then, like I said, and I don't think I would have, I don't think I'd be where I'm at, or I wouldn't have any of this, I don't think, had I not gotten fired.
Yeah.
I think if I was to stay there for so long until I said, you know what, I can't take it here, I quit.
You probably would have just looked for something else.
Yeah, or if I just like was there and I did get fired for whatever reason, I'd probably just go find another job.
Yeah.
but the fact that it was just kind of like almost out of the blue. It's
kind of like probably meant to be.
Like, okay, I've been doing this. I'm already getting paid outside of it. Let me see what it can do. So, like I said, I've always had the passion to try to people who've known me doing this for a long time, having a camera in my hand, like, oh, it finally worked out.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, it's cool that you're actually doing what you've always wanted. Always wanted to do.
Yeah.
It just finally actually happened.
I love that.
But I got a few bucks. You know
I love that for my friends because like we're real good friends with Will. You know, Will Putney.
Yeah,
and like he's doing what he's always wanted to really do. But like he never knew he could do that until he like got into doing it. And he's like, oh, I could do this all the time. Like
100%.
watching your friends do what they love to do is fucking awesome.
It's like it is. It's like the ultimate treat, like to watch, man.
Yeah, like watching your friends being able to do what they want to do for a living. It's awesome because you know they're not miserable every day like most people are. And shit.
Unless you're dealing with the client.
Yeah,
client work. There's always going to be.
But it's like as rough as like the business and work can get. It's like I still would rather do it than go work for somebody else. You know what I mean? Like,
speaking of clients,
like they're making a dollar, making a dime, but now it's.
Deal with your problems, not theirs.
Yeah,
that's
basically,
fine.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of clients, like we were saying, do you have like a favorite client, or do you have a client or somebody that's either like contacted you or you've worked with it, or you were just like, no way, like I can't. This person's not really hitting me up to work. You know, like something that kind of like blew you away. Like this person knows who I am, and I only want to work with me. You know,
a few different I guess big name bands. I haven't done actual music videos, but just like projects in general.
Yeah, because I saw what was that big concert you had to go to and film? Like, what's that? It was something.
Was it
big.
a music festival?
Might have been.
I mean, it's either like Louder Than Life or Rockville.
Something like that. It's probably one of those.
It's one of those like Danny Wimmer festivals. Most likely.
Yeah.
But working with those kind of artists and then becoming friends with them and then like being able to be like text, when they're like Killswitch Engage or something like that. Like, hey, we're coming through Philly. Like, are you coming?
Yeah,
come hang out.
Like, that's awesome. Because I also saw you got to do some work with the classic Philly dickhead fucking Ed Bassmaster.
Oh, yeah. So it's funny. Yeah. So you guys know where Cinnaminson is?
Yeah. I used to do it for work. It's like past, it's in exit 6 down like 130.
Oh, Cinnamin's in the town.
Yeah.
So that's where I used to live before where I'm at now. And he actually lives in that city now.
Okay.
So, and he lived, when I was living there, he lived like 4 or 5 blocks away.
That's hilarious.
And then we got linked up through like other friends and whatnot, and then it just kind of came to be to start working with him because he was like, "Oh, some of his videos are this and that." He was like, "Oh, my camera guy right now sucks and this and that." So I started working with him. But then he got doing a whole bunch of different things, and he wanted to do stuff for like 4, 5, 6 hours a day. We wouldn't get any content, and I'm like. I could be making money elsewhere. Like, it's cool to have that kind of check of like a celebrity. And you're working with them, but I was like, okay, everybody knows I work with them now. The glory's all faded. Now to go back to making money.
Yeah, that was like that Bad Barbie, right? You did work with her too, right?
Bad Baby.
Bad
Well,
Baby.
Catch Me Outside?
Yeah.
No shit.
She did a couple of Philly shows and stuff like that. So that was cool. And my friend, she grew up down in Atlantic City. She was her DJ for a tour.
Oh shit.
That's how I kind of got the link to kind of go and hang out. It wasn't like enough to be like text and hang out and say, hey, how are you doing? It was more of just like
What was that show? Was she headlining?
This is when she would kind of first started, like doing music.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess she was headlining her. It was like her show.
Was there like people there?
It was, everybody was like her age,
so
and it was like
ridiculous.
ratchet as fuck. Yeah,
It was a draw.
it was funny. It was in what was it called? It was somewhere in Philly. I think
Her
it was
beats
like,
ain't bad though.
Nado or
Actually,
something like that, or Nado or something like that.
yeah. I actually heard a song recently.
And you're like, oh, she's
And I'm like,
decent.
Damn it, it's not bad.
It gets pretty catchy. It definitely gets pretty catcy.
For fucking
I started
today's
bopping a little
standards,
bit too, and I'm like, oh god,
for
Catch
today's
Me
standards,
Outside.
it's rough.
100%.
But no, it's
But yeah,
probably
like big artists like I don't say like that, but like I say like Killswitch Engage, like things like being able to even text people from guys like Deftones now.
Oh my god, that's a fucking
growing up.
That's
like,
what I'm saying. For
that's
you,
a
I know
fantasy
that's
tree for
my
you.
ultimate like favorite band and being able to text a guitar player and being like, hey, what's up, or happy birthday.
That's
kind
wild.
of stuff. And
It's nuts.
it's really wild to.
That was our
have
first
that.
concert.
Yeah, it was our first concert.
at PNC.
We went to go see Deftones.
It was Godsmack and Deftones.
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, and then that was
Right? And
Yep.
from Zero. I'm remember
on
From
the little
Zero.
small stage, that little new.
Oh my
metal.
god, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck. So I think we're almost towards break time.
Yeah, for sure.
So let's do that. We'll do our segments, trailer trash, and then on the second half, a little tournament action.
You know we love our tournaments.
Always horny for tourneys. And you guys hang tight, and we'll be back after this.
Yes.
Go. Prince is supposed to be.
Hey! You looking for?
Things are really heating up in the race for mayor. We're just days away from going to the polls.
Which is actually the reason for this weekend's celebration, the Tricentennial.
A town festival with a mass killer running around.
Whoever it is just getting showy. That's how these guys start to trip up.
I know there's a lot of speculation. I know there's a lot of rumors going around.
What happened that night?
Let's all stay close to home. Don't let your children out. Stay safe.
Show starts in 1 minute.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a...
Many of you have asked why we are moving ahead with today's festivities in light of the recent tragedy. In these especially difficult times, Founders Day...
Don't you dare lecture me about Founders Day. Just give us a little time.
5 people are dead. 5 people!
Get away from him right now! Right now! He's dangerous!
From Fords to Ferraris, Blue Line Detailing delivers premium auto detailing services, including deep interior detail, wash and wax, ceramic coating, and more. If you're in Central New Jersey, follow them on Instagram at Blue Line Detailing NJ and schedule your appointment with Jimmy and his team today.
What's up, Dudecast? It's your boy Joey Blue back with another review. Now, last week I did 1942-1943's Casablanca, and yes, it's an older film, but I'm gonna go a little bit further into the years. But I'm gonna stop at 1957, and I'm gonna take you on a review of 12 Angry Men, starring Henry Fonda. Now, this movie might be a little bit easier for you to digest. It's basically 12 jurors deliberating a murder trial, and one juror kind of questions whether or not they're making the correct decision on if the teenager that they're doing the trial for is innocent or guilty. And basically a bunch of conflict comes in the way. It's a great story. It's something that's timeless. Honestly, all this stuff that they talk about, you could see on Twitter today. So, you know, if you have a little bit of difficulty of a 1957 movie, I don't think you will with this. All-star performances all across. It's well acted, well written, phenomenal movie. Joey Blue's gonna give it a 10 out of 10. It's epic. And I get it, if 1957 is a little too old for you, there is a 1997 remake directed by William Friedkin, the director of The Exorcist. It stars Tony Danza and James Gandolfini. So if 1957 is a little too outdated for you, the 1997 version, a little bit updated, basically very similar film, very awesome as well. But yeah, I'm just going through the years. I'm trying to tell you my favorite movies that aren't necessarily horror. Eventually we will get to movies closer to the Dudecast era, but I just had to do 12 Angry Men because it's simply that awesome of a movie. And guys, back to you, but I hope you guys check these movies out.
And we're back for the second half of the Dudecast. It is still Dom.
Second half team.
Still Mark. Still got the gang here.
Still the gang. But no, yeah, we were talking about you also have you were also pushing a coffee company, Sirius Coffee.
Yeah, I had a coffee company for I guess about a year.
That's awesome.
It hasn't really been active at all since like basically about COVID times.
Yeah, yeah.
Just because like roaster issues, but there was bands like that Philly band Gloves Off.
Oh yeah,
Acacia
Cody.
Strain.
Shout out Cody.
Oh yeah, hell yeah. The Acacia Strain, Vein. And
Nice.
like I said, like in the works was supposed to be Knock Loose, but
Yeah.
it didn't, see the
That
light of day.
I'm telling you, that would have been
So
that would have sent the coffee to the fucking moon.
I think
It would have been. And then people been like, oh, what is this? Because how big that band got off that record.
for sure.
Bro, playing Coachella.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
And what's wild is that like after like I said, it all went under, and then not really like to start going under because of the COVID and whatnot, but it was like I saw other companies start to do it.
Yeah, of course.
I think like Wisdom and Chains, put
Yeah.
out the coffee, and like there was other companies that were doing it with like
Kind of like
hardcore
with craft
bands.
beer. Like,
Yeah.
it had that run.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like I know, like I wouldn't be the first one to ever do it with bands, but I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I wanted to be the one, like the one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, cool, you weren't the first one, but I was like, okay,
You're like-
I'm going to become the one.
You were the
everybody
guy that
comes
they
to.
all talk about.
Basically.
Yeah, that would.
That was the goal. Which,
Yeah.
I still think about doing it, but I think at this point, if it were to ever come back, I would still keep it Serious Coffee, but I'd probably have either like a brick and mortar location, or I'd probably have like a
little
food truck
coffee,
and do-
yeah.
maybe do stuff like
That'd be cool. Like
That
little
would be cool.
festivals.
yeah, like
and
go like
stuff.
festivals and go work with like try to like go to the festivals, find some bands that want to work with it, and say like, hey, we'll have a roast after you guys.
Yeah, yeah.
And you guys would get half the profits of it, or that kind of thing, or like like even like This Is Hardcore, a food truck
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something like that.
Hell yeah.
Like
be
that would
sick.
be like the kind of goal, and then also have our own coffee to kind of sell and brew and that kind of stuff. But
That's sick.
takes money though.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
if you had a
I
brick,
guess, yeah.
if you had a brick and mortar location, where would it be? Ideal, like
I
if
mean,
you
I'm
could
about to
do
give
it
away all my
anywhere.
secrets now. Well, it's not, I mean, yeah, God, I don't know if I want to say
Trade
it.
secrets.
I'll say it.
Do it.
So I would like to have it in Philly. Obviously, I said it would cost a ton of money to have it where I would like to have it. Either South Street or Market Street.
Yeah, yeah.
It would be in Philly, and it would be a spot kind of like how every cheesesteak place, when all the celebrities come to a cheesesteak place, they all like sign the wall, and they all like they're known for going to this place. I wanted it to have it's still in the works.
Okay.
To where when bands come through, they always come through. If you're on tour to show a laminate, you get coffee and a
coffee for
donut
free.
or
Yes,
sandwich for
that's
free.
awesome.
And then it's like I would hope that after a while, that would become the spot that they would all come to basically, either hang out and promote and that kind of stuff. And then I think in turn, fans would start coming there because they would go, oh, well,
That's
They
right.
were there.
Newfound Glory goes to this
Yeah.
coffee shop all the
Definitely.
time. Let's all go there now.
Yeah.
Or they start drinking the coffee and taking photos of the cups, and they go, hey, I'm drinking and eating at the place my favorite bands go to.
Yeah.
So it would be that kind of
And you could like turn it
circle.
into, if they're there, hey, let's
Signings
do
and
a, let's do a
meet and
meeting,
greets and
stuff
like that.
Signing,
So,
exactly. It's a good
It
idea.
is in talks like I said, like finding like a location.
Yeah, yeah, dude. That'd be
But
if you
so,
have that
like,
comes off the ground. That dude,
I think it'd be pretty
awesome.
wild.
Hell yeah. So before we get into like tournaments or any other crazy shit, I just want to read off real fast. So 46 weddings, 28 music videos, 21 photo shoots, 19 new clients, 5 old clients, and a 35% profit increase from last year. Those numbers sound right to you, right?
Oh, is that my post?
That's your yeah. That's your
Thanks,
growth.
ChatGPT.
Yeah, that is your growth from 2022 to 2023.
Yes, yeah, till this new year.
So for 2024, what is it? Do you have any specific goals set for 2024?
Don't go under.
Don't go under.
The ultimate goal.
Yeah.
I feel like I guess obviously profits are all great, but like I've been slowing down a lot because I've been so like go basically the past like 7 years. Like,
Yeah, because you wanted to build something.
Working like a ton, taking on everything to where now I'm able to finally like sit and chill for a few.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
You're in the
Not that, like,
spot,
oh,
yeah.
I'm rolling in money. I can just sit and do whatever I want. But like I can be okay, cool. Like this is the studio kind of runs itself because it just runs itself. The video clients are enough to keep me going till this month to pay rent. You know what I mean? Like I'm making like just enough to pay, like
to
just
live
to get
comfortably,
to get
not
through
be miserable.
everything without having to like go into negatives of anything.
Yeah. So
But-
that's kind of like where you're at for 24. You just kind of want to maybe be on the same path, like just like, you know what, maybe take a little step back to enjoy what you've built.
Yeah,
You know,
I would like to. Like I said, I mean, like, if the coffee thing comes like fruition, that'd be cool
that
to
would
take
be
that.
cool.
And I was kind of going through a little like a thought process of selling the studio, like as a
the Reservoir Studio
selling the
itself?
studio as a
Okay.
whole, like being like basically all the assets, the name, the social media, and everything that it's built, and then the whatever I would take from that, push that into the coffee to have that. So that would kind of become that was just like a thought. So there's many ideas. I was like, my mind's always racing.
Yeah.
Like, how can I turn this money into more money?
It's funny.
Not that everything's all about money. It obviously is about more connections and the networking experiences and stuff like that. But I want to start.
But you want to be able to be comfortable
401k.
doing it.
I don't have all the kind of insurance, all the kind of stuff that people have, and I'm always curious about people. And they go, "Oh well, like what are you going to retire with, or whatever? Like, what's the average person going to retire with? And like, let's say they're 65. Let's say they retire 65. Are they going to by that point have like $400,000 in their account? But they had to work that long to get to that point to save that amount. But what if I save it now?
Yeah.
Or past that, now I can retire. I just turned 40.
Yeah.
But like retire at 50.
Yeah.
So I want to work my ass off so I can say I'm going to retire.
Exactly.
So that would be kind of the goal. To get more clients to just keep growing and
blow
it
out.
Live a real life after retirement. Not like most schmucks. Fucking, they get
feel
to
like I have
80, they retire, they die fucking year later.
The other funny thing is too is like, I feel like I have done a lot. It sounds very cocky saying all this. It's like I feel like I have done a shit ton with my life beyond most people's lives.
Oh yeah.
I've probably gone to like 5 or 6 different full passports, travel all of Europe, Asia, Africa, all the states, countless places.
You know Zach
different
Berger,
jobs,
right?
millions of jobs.
You know Zach Berger, right? New York head. So he's going to be a guest. Yeah, he's going to be on the guest. He's going to be a guest too when he comes home. So he's on a trip right now through Asia doing like a food cooking because he's like the big chef. He's doing a whole like cooking, eating tour through like
I love that.
Thailand.
I saw him posting videos
and
like
all
doing
that
stuff,
shit. Yeah, he's like, when I come home in March, I'm coming on the podcast. Bro. I'm going to tell you all the stories, bro. But
do you have a country where there's like you love their food?
I think Thailand was the best to actually be there and eat that kind of food. It was super cheap too.
Yeah,
you could literally get like a full meal for like $1.97 or something.
Oh my
like
god,
that.
that's
Which
really...
like I think our money is called baht.
Yeah,
so when
baht.
it's like,
baht.
Yeah, they'd be like, oh, it's 1,000 baht or whatever the hell it is. I'm like, oh, geez, here's 1,000. And I'm doing it on my phone, and I'm like $1. Okay.
Take 2,000.
Here's 1,000 baht. Give me I'll take.
So that's funny. So I got married during the COVID era, and my honeymoon was supposed to be Thailand, dude.
Man.
And with the borders closed, things like that, we couldn't do it. So I'm hoping still we can get around to it one day.
I feel like it's definitely. I mean, it's calmed down a lot more than it has been. Unless it's like I guess talk about political, but like let's say Trump gets in policy again, where it's all like shut down everything and this and that, and it's like a lot of rules. But I feel like as of lately, everything's been kind of chill for the most part.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Do you have any tips for somebody first time like Thailander?
I mean, I am big into like going to like zoos and the natural like resources that things have there. So like I would recommend going doing those kind of things.
Okay.
So you get to like hang with like. I mean, like going to a zoo in like Philly or
it's like not the same as going to a zoo in Thailand.
There it's like the animals.
Philly
like,
is a zoo.
Dude, the animals like the tiger's like right there, which is terrible. I mean, I got a photo of me literally sitting with a tiger. I mean, is wearing a chain. It's probably drugged up and half.
Still fucking bad.
And I'm still sitting there. And with the tiger is that they had us like sit next to it, and the guy was like, he's like grab its ears for the
like,
photo.
Hell no,
dude. I was like, I'm good. And I grab its ears. I didn't grab it. I was kind of just it's like a little grab like that. And then like when I did that, it like turned its head really quick.
Oh no!
And like it like did that like that row screen like that sound, and its tooth hit my hand all the way.
No!
Because I went like that, and it turned, hit me like that, and I went whoa!
Like no more touching.
The photo
the
was
ears.
like me like this, and another photo is me like this, and
like,
so
no
but it
more
was super
tiger
cool
touching.
just in general. I'm gonna feed the animals like it's super like not every zoo I guess there was gonna be like that, but it's a little bit more lax I guess you could say.
Animals in foreign countries, like I always get like
No,
You know,
Ski,
I'm
a
good.
little scary.
Yeah, man. I was on like going on when I was in so we ended up going to Jamaica for my honeymoon.
Yeah, I'll be
and
there in 2 weeks.
oh,
That's
nice.
1 week from now.
Where are you going? Montego,
It's
Negril,
gonna be. Is it Bimini?
Bimini? Yeah.
Is that Jamaica? Or, I'm going on the Shiprock cruise, which is a music festival on the boat.
Dope.
It's going to Miami, Bahamas, Jamaica, and then Grand Turk. I think is what it is.
Is it the Groove Cruise?
No,
feel
this
like I've
is
heard of that.
this is like metal and hardcore kind of like festival on a
Yeah,
boat.
yeah.
It's my third one.
That's
so it's
awesome.
like
That's
Killswitch Engage, I Prevail,
sick.
a whole bunch of big bands.
Yeah,
and
that's
stuff like
awesome.
You mentioned
So-
Kill Switch before too.
Yeah.
So personal preference.
Yeah.
Howard, Jesse.
Oh man.
I'm gonna make you do it.
Yeah.
I think Jesse.
Yeah.
Because that's what
It's
what
the-
I,
yeah.
that's what
No,
got
I
me
get
into
it.
them.
I'm with
get
you.
it. My
I remember my
serenade,
fr-
last
yeah.
serenade. Yeah.
No, even before that.
No,
What, what's that first one? It had like kind of like a spiral. It looked like a lizard, kind of like a spiral dragon on the cover of it.
Yep.
They redid the cover now, but the original was like black and white, I think. And they made it blue for like a reissue.
Oh yeah, I know which one.
But I remember my friend being like, "Yo, check out this band," and it was like Hellfest era. So what, 2002 or something?
Yeah.
Oh
2004?
yeah.
No, we're old.
02, yeah.
It was like, so I remember handing me that and the Lamb of God album right after the first one, right after Burn the Priest broke up.
Okay.
so
that-
Great American Gospel?
Great
American
American
Gospel.
Gospel.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite records.
Yeah,
of all
yeah.
time.
It was like so. Yeah,
So
so he kind of had
yeah.
those two around that era. So that was what got me into like Kill Switch with Jesse.
Yep. Same.
You know, it
Okay.
was just
I
like
still
that.
I prefer Howard just because
Howard might be the better
sonically,
talent.
I love him.
Sonically, it's better.
No, he's beyond talented.
Yeah.
I like him in Blood Has Been Shed.
Oh yeah.
Like that. Not is it Spirals is the second album?
Yeah.
Whatever one that first one is. I to be honest, I never even gave the Spirals a chance. I love the one before that, like Novera. I can't
See, I remember Spirals.
It's got a red cover.
Yeah.
This one. That's one of my favorite records of Blood Has Been Shed, at least.
Blood Has Been Shed. Another classic band.
That's the best. That's like a great name too.
Yeah.
I love like classic
yeah.
band, like bands like that.
Those
Fucking
are the shit.
Hellfest. Were you at 04 Rexplex?
That's what we were.
With the Bad Luck one.
Yep.
Yeah. That was wild.
I
That
still
was
have my tickets for 05.
Really?
That never happened?
The one that never happened.
That's awesome. Try to get a refund.
I sent it to Pat Garrity.
Wait, who was the main guy that was running it? Wasn't it the dude from like
I don't think it was Heath.
No, it was some guy that was in he sang for a band. He had like long dreads.
Oh, from
Shadows
Arson? From
No, that's
the
he
drummer
played
from
drums.
Arson?
He played drums in Arson with the
Arson was
dreads.
shit too.
Yeah. No, with the dreads.
That's something they worked at Vintage Vinyl.
Oh yeah, he worked at Vintage. I'm trying to think. I don't know. But
go
let's get into
Tourney
doing
time.
the tournament.
Let's
Let's
do
say.
it.
So this week's tournament is biggest signs that somebody sucks. So these are all just like things about people that just make them not good. Just make them suck. Personally, I think you suck. So got the number one going at 16s. We got number one is being shitty to service workers.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
Yeah.
Not a fan of.
Versus
I'm literally scrambling my brain. I'm like, damn,
when
yeah.
someone doesn't pay you back in a timely manner. Which makes them suck a little more? I want to say honestly, I'm gonna go with the service workers because I mean, like we know somebody personally like that a little bit. It's a little awkward sometimes when we're eating out, and I'm like,
yeah,
like
even if it is the server
Shitty,
or restaurant
yeah.
or someone's fault and not yours, whatever you mean. Like I still just don't think that public outlet.
Agreed.
It's just
man.
embarrassing. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, like I mean, I've had bad things happen. I'm not gonna go
take it out on
go
them.
crazy over it. Like
And financially, like there's things that could be a factor why you can't pay someone back during a certain
Yeah.
time. But like there's just also like being a decent person's free. Like that doesn't cost money. You don't have to be a
exactly.
dick to a service worker.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, I get
don't
it.
know. What do you
So
think?
No, I agree. I agree.
yeah, right. All right, so now the next one's kind of stupid. It's when someone doesn't like sports versus somebody who doesn't say please or thank you.
Please or thank you.
Yeah, that would
Who
be
cares
that one.
if
but
you don't like sports?
exactly,
That
I don't
doesn't
care if
bother
nobody
me.
likes
That's
sports.
childish.
I love sports, but I don't give a fuck.
Doesn't mean
either
you're a
way.
shitty person.
By
if
the
you don't
way,
like
If they don't
sports.
like my team, fuck
Yeah,
them.
exactly. I can fuck them.
Ultimate pet peeve.
What?
If you hold a door for a stranger.
And they don't say thank you.
Yes.
Drives me
Or
insane.
how about-
I think about. Oh, sorry,
I
guys.
say you're welcome more than anything. I'm like you're
How about
welcome.
when you're driving and you let somebody go and they don't like?
Oh, dude,
they
I
don't give
I'm
you
like
the-
road rage sense. Not like anger, but just like like look at this fucking idiot.
Not
But
anger,
Instead of holding the door.
Road rage
always-
is a different person. That's not me.
Yeah. I was thinking so like how far of a distance, like if you see the person walking from like getting out of their car and you're holding the door for them, like or you look back and they're walking to you, but they're like 20, 30 feet away. Do you
5
stand
feet.
there and you make eye, like do you hold the door?
If the
Five.
eye contact
Yeah, if
is
Like,
Like,
yeah,
made,
yeah,
eye
like if you're like from
contact.
here, from here I guess like to like the corner, I guess that's close enough. But
Yep.
if they're like 20 feet away, but I usually turn around, open the door, see if anyone's there.
Yeah.
And then if they're not, I'll just let it close.
Yeah. Or do
Like,
a
if I turn around and see someone walking away, I'm like,
yeah, I'll give them the extra.
I definitely stood there like,
waited.
I got you, like, and just wait.
Yeah. See, my thing is, if I see they're coming and they're far
sorry.
back, I just do the glance like I don't really see them.
Yeah. You just, like, pull the phone out.
And then I hold the
Yeah.
door open a little extra and I give it the extra.
You can get to it.
Yeah.
And I've definitely done that, like, open the door up a little bit and close it back, and like, the door's closing.
Hopefully it doesn't
like,
slam in your face.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Can't get it.
That's worse with the elevator. Sometimes I see people, I'm like, close.
The elevator.
All right, so we have when someone won't stop interrupting you versus being really loud. I mean, loud people are kind of shitty.
I feel like this is my life with Brooke. Both.
But like,
what was the question again?
when someone won't
constantly
stop interrupting you, or someone that's just really loud. I mean, being really loud doesn't make you suck.
I think the constant interruption.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gotta be. Because someone being really loud doesn't. I mean,
It's just
annoying.
It's awkward, maybe
Yeah.
embarrassing, depending on the situation. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, talking super loud. Like I was at my dinner or lunch with my aunt yesterday. She's like a little like slow. We were in like a diner, and it's like 4 people.
This
in
is a
there.
good point.
She's also like deaf, but she has hearing aids. So she's talking like super loud all the time, and I'm sitting there like, but then I'm trying to talk in a normal voice. She's like, huh? Huh? She can't hear me, so I'm like, I gotta talk loud
Now
too.
you have to yell.
And I just knew everybody could hear everything
Like,
I was
I just
saying.
get
So
my
I'm like,
vanilla
I guess
shake
I
and get the
it.
fuck out of here.
It's like, come on.
Jack.
Yeah. Okay, so now we got.
That is a
when,
good point, though, man. Like, especially dinner, loud or movies, like loud
Yeah,
people.
if you're in a
in
loud
certain-
restaurant, if someone's laughing loud or talking
Yeah.
loud, it is what it is.
Oh yeah.
So, what did we decide on?
Interrupting.
Yeah,
People are
It is
interrupting.
okay.
Interrupters.
Yeah, agreed. Okay.
Now we got someone who tries to finish your sentences for you versus not shutting up about whatever weird diet they're on.
Finishing your sentences.
Or someone who won't shut up about being on some type
I mean,
of,
if it's like ridiculous,
like a preachy type of shit, I don't know.
And it's all they spew.
Yeah, because there's people who turn their diets into their personalities.
Yeah, like the CrossFit people.
Yeah, like
and
CrossFit people.
I used to do CrossFit.
Oh,
Yeah.
man, you are far from the CrossFit world, though, aren't you?
I
It's
am,
been a
now-
minute.
Yeah. Now I'm the size at the gym itself.
Reformed.
I lost like 100 pounds and I was fit. I was doing every workout. Like I could go run like 5 miles and be like, I'm kind of tired. Now I'm sitting here sweating.
Yeah.
I did like 2 different
miles,
worlds. Like,
See, the thing is,
Shit.
you attempt every once in a while to like, I don't even try anymore.
I feel like that's. I've said that so many times on Facebook. Like I'm gonna really get in shape this time.
Flirt with the
I feel
idea.
so shitty.
I feel it.
And like I go
Sucks.
fucking get McDonald's.
You guys at the Kerwin
Had
Frost
McDonald's
meal?
today.
Yeah.
All right, so what are we going with? The weird diet or someone finishing your
I
sentences?
mean, someone finishing your sentences is really annoying if
Yeah.
they keep doing it.
Yeah, if they do it all the time, they
All the
suck.
time they suck. Yeah.
Is it annoying or wrong?
No, it's
if
definitely
they're
annoying or
actually
long.
finishing
Oh, actually finishing it. Yeah, it definitely
is.
is on the same page.
Because I know.
Because
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
He's a little bitch.
So I don't know.
What is
What,
it,
that's annoying, right?
You know that reminds me of that? Did you see that Ben Stiller with Tom Cruise when he's like, it's like we're finishing each other's
sentences.
I don't really think we finished, and he starts going. You have to see it.
Yeah, I think
you
it's
have to be
like a
there.
skit in the car. No, yeah, but I don't know. It's a tough one.
Damn. All
Oh,
right.
good.
I'm going with the diet.
Yeah,
The diet. Yeah, I'll
probably
go
most
with
of
the
mine.
diet. Yeah, because I hate preachy people. People. Okay, so now we got people who overshare versus people who wear white sunglasses. Like, you know the white sunglasses we're talking about here, like the.
Like the
Like
the Jersey Shore ones.
Yeah,
Kind of
yeah.
thing? Like the like the one lens kind of thing. Yeah.
Yes.
Although, if you go back to is it Myrtle? No, Ocean City Uncensored. I am wearing a white Jets jersey with matching white douchebag shades and a fitted hat. And I feel like
always
those
think
are
of,
the
like,
exact
just
shades.
country fucking
we're talking
wannabe
about.
country fucking
Truck driver.
yeah,
Like pit vipers, like
no,
white pit
not
vipers.
pit vipers, like Oakleys, like thick white, like
Yeah. The frame
So
is like
what was
size
it?
of
White
like your.
sunglasses or what?
people who overshare.
Overshare.
Sometimes
I
I
don't
like
think
an
that-
overshare because they're entertaining.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that necessarily makes them like suck.
Doesn't make them
You
suck.
can just tell
Can
when-
be
You can just
punishment.
tell when someone
Yeah.
sucks by like.
Yeah.
they're like either eyewear.
Yeah,
But then they usually get into like a giant stupid truck.
Yes,
super jacked up.
They need stairs to get inside of it.
Yes, to make their small pee-pee happy.
Then my road rage kicks in.
Yeah. So are we gonna? I guess we're going white sunglasses.
Yeah,
then. Okay. Now we got being weird about the check at the diner versus talking in a baby voice versus talking like this.
Like just consistently.
Like I guess, like you're talking in bit. I guess people. Yeah, I guess that or being weird about the check at the diner. I mean, there are people who are weird about that. Makes it a little awkward.
Like they don't want to split it.
I get, or they
T-Rex arms,
or they want to split it. Like
yeah. So you can go one or two ways with that.
Yeah. Because like usually it's like, all right, everybody just throwing somebody, but they're like, no, we need to split this. I didn't pay for.
Oh my
fucking!
God.
I didn't pay for that.
I've been on
salad.
both ends of that though.
Yeah.
Like let's just split it. Whatever. We all got same about the thing, and then sometimes we all just go, and then showed up late, and I'm like, all I got was like something small.
Yeah.
I'm not paying
so it's probably talking in baby
$50
voice
for this
then.
stuff then. Yeah. I
So
think
like, have there ever been a scenario where it's like, I don't know, like one person gives you the credit card, and then like everyone like Venmos you or whatever, like
you never get paid back enough.
Yeah, but then what's the alternative? Everyone throws in a credit card, and the server gets like fucked because they have to do like 1 million credit cards.
I mean, it's part of your job.
I don't think they really.
If you ask someone in the service industry, they'll say that sucks.
Do you think? All right, I really don't think it does because I think if the bill, let's say, I don't know, let's say like $500,
Yeah,
and then you got 5 people who are, I'm just trying to think how to divide this up, but like you're getting your own credit card bill, you're gonna be tipping the 20% on that. So does it still end up being the same amount of money, or are they getting more? Like if you're like, hey, the tip should be like $7, but I'm just gonna put 10. And he does the same thing. He does the same thing. Are they going to get more? If
everyone does the same thing,
or average out, like is she going to get more of a tip because it's individualized? Because they're going to be more great. Like
I can't really do math in my head.
You have a smartwatch?
No.
Or a smartwatch or a calculator. I just can't do math in general.
Yeah. I don't know. So what is it? What do we think? Check or
so do like 20% off of 500. Like do like a $500 check. You have your phone?
Yeah. So what am I doing?
Get a calculator out.
Okay. Calculators out.
500.
500. Yes.
Times 20%.
Times 20%.
Yes.
You can do it.
I can on my
5 times 20. I mean, it's 10 grand.
You can't do percent.
I don't know if I can do percent.
Lord.
Oh wait, no, maybe I can. 500.
Here, while you're doing that, I'll do it.
Times.
So what's the total bill?
20%.
$500.
$500.
$100.
Yeah.
20% is $100.
$100.
Okay, and then if
So
you
20, 40, 60, 80, 100. So everybody's putting out $20. But if they, because they're all getting individual checks.
Yeah.
So they're all going to tip like a couple bucks more. So she would get $100, but she might get like $115 or $120 extra.
I see.
Or not extra, but I mean like $120. So that's my theory.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, yes, is it annoying? I guess swiping every card and this kind of stuff. I think they get more in the end.
Okay.
But I know we went way off topic. Sorry.
Yeah, it's all right. It happens.
So I guess it is annoying talking about the check.
So would it be that, or would it be talking in baby voice?
You know what it is? I just can't relate to the baby voice thing because I know people are awkward with checks.
Yeah,
I've experienced that. I get that. The baby voice thing.
if you're talking about people that talk to like babies in baby voice, are you talking about like girls that are like?
It just says
I'm
talking. Yeah, that. Probably that.
Like that, I will punch you in the face. So that is way more annoying than the check shit. I think.
Well, it doesn't really specify, so we could just guess.
I'm gonna go with the check.
I'll go with the check anyway.
That will ruin the
'cause.
time.
Yeah. All right, so we got now. Okay, talking about how
Kurt,
much.
what'd you say? Check.
Check.
Yeah, we'll go check. Let's just see now. Now we got talking about how much money they make all the time versus people who get off on correcting others.
Oh, it's the same person.
They are similar. But to me, it's the person that gets off on correcting people. That drives me nuts. Like people who like fucking like spelling police.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. Like I can't spell to save my life. Who gives a fuck? If I put something online, you're supposed to put it O-U-R-E. Like, no, I don't give a fuck.
That gets me.
You're a police officer. You're a narc.
Not necessarily. It's more of like a troll kind of thing too.
Okay.
You know what I mean? When someone's like saying some like heartfelt message on Facebook and they spell it wrong.
Yep.
I'm like, did you really need to spell it? Or when they use like the they're spelling their wrong. And they're like, I went to see their thing, but they spell it like
they are.
Like, it's like that's annoying to me.
I get it. I get it. But people who talk about the money publicly is pretty fucking. It's like sometimes
you're a douche.
Yeah,
you're
it's
douche either
douchey.
way.
It's
They're both
douchey. Like when you're like, I make this X amount, blah blah blah. Like all the time. Like
here's the one thing about it. I could ignore it.
yeah.
I could phase that out. I could still be your friend. It's annoying, whatever. It's the thing you do. It's annoying. But the correcting all the
I
fucking
can't.
time,
Yeah.
I can't chill with
I
you.
can't deal with people.
It puts you on the spot.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
all the
it's like,
time.
you know.
Yeah. Or like having to you have to prove yourself all the time.
I can't
hate
fucking
that.
talk because I'm just gonna get corrected every
Listen,
time.
I'm
I say
dumb,
something.
all right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like when my dad
I is stupid.
Yeah. That's like when my dad used to get pissed off at me. He's like, "You getting smart with me?" I'm like, "Dad, you know I'm not smart. That's the last thing I'm trying to do right now is be smart with you. Like,
Doing it right now.
And
Yeah.
the best thing, it's like the biggest insult to him because he made you.
Yeah. So you being smart right now? It's like,
No,
come
I'm
on,
like-
smart. We all know that's not true.
All right, so what else we got?
So now we got people who talk about only themselves versus people that complain about their significant other all the time. It's rough.
Man, I'm a lot of these things on big parties, dude. I'm telling you.
You don't suck, Kurt. Kurt, you don't suck.
Hearing these questions, I
Complain
might.
about their significant other.
Or talk about
them.
themselves.
Wait, what was
People who talk about only themselves.
Probably talk
or-
people who talk about themselves.
Yeah,
I
because
think.
I don't mind like a little bit
If
of
someone's
like,
got a vent about their
Yeah.
fucking.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's a point though. If someone's venting about their fucking ex on a daily fucking basis, that can get annoying.
it's a little miserable. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like you're miserable.
Like once or twice, it's okay.
Yeah.
You know, you'll listen or something like that. But it feels like every time you see them, like I have a friend who actually
that's
going
rough.
through. Well, I think the divorce is over now.
Yeah.
And it's
But
like
I
every time I
feel
see him,
like-
like, hey man, how you doing? It's like, well, you know.
Yeah,
And he goes
that's
into it, and I
rough.
was like, yeah, I haven't seen him for like, I saw him like every 2 months.
Yeah.
Like, hey man, what's up? How you doing? How's your New Year's? Well,
People who
Yeah,
talk
like,
about
all right.
themselves though also it's
Afraid to
very
ask.
fucking selfish.
I feel like you can't have a conversation with people that only
talk about themselves, right?
because
Yeah, because
they
they always
tune
bring
out.
it to themselves.
turn
They always-
everything back around.
Yeah.
About themselves.
No. I could live with that. Like talking about their significant other sucks, but I get sometimes people gotta let it out.
And
They gotta
sometimes
let
the
it go.
content's juicy and it's entertaining at
Yeah.
least. So
Yes.
yeah, oversharing.
All right, so
oversharing about things.
yeah. So people they'll move on. So now we got being shitty to service workers versus people that don't say please or thank you.
it's the same person.
It is. That's the same person. And I'm
What
going to
makes
go
you
with the
more
shitty to the
shitty?
service workers again because
Yeah,
that's
I
just
think
to
that's
me.
number one, yeah.
That's the number one seed too, by
that's
the way.
embarrassing.
Yeah.
Because thank you at what point? Like just never
yeah.
or please or what? I mean, I guess because those can always kind of come later.
Yeah.
on.
So, and considering to me, I do consider them the same person.
yeah.
So I'm going with the shitty to the service workers because,
But what if the service worker deserved it?
Yeah.
yeah, but
It's
you
a
don't always
shitty
like,
service worker.
yeah, but you know, these are usually people who have a track
I feel like I
record.
still tip fair too. You know?
Yeah.
These are
I
people who have a
hate being
track record.
Shitty person.
Yeah,
like,
they just blame it on you anyway. See, that's why I'm shitty because of you.
Yep.
Like I'm like,
Now, sometimes, yeah, the service sucks. I get it, but like very rarely is that the case. And there's many times that there are certain people that no matter if the service is good or not, they're going to give the service worker hell.
Like
Yeah.
when they have no chicken parm at the restaurant and that's all you want.
Yo. Can you tell that story?
Can we?
Yeah, go for it.
All right.
It's not me. It's my sister.
Jen threw a fit.
biggest of all time.
Oh, wow.
Jen is graduating from college. We're in West Virginia, and all she's been talking about is this chicken parm at this restaurant she wants to take us to. So, long day of graduation. We get to this restaurant. We go, we sit down, we're ordering. She orders her chicken parm, and they're like, oh, we don't have that anymore.
Ooh.
She's like, what do you mean you don't have that anymore? She's like, you have multiple chicken things on the menu. Why can't you just make chicken parm?
start hammering them.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, because we
sauce.
prep it like the night before, and we only have a certain amount prepped. And she's like, so you were going to give me old yesterday chicken parm? She starts throwing a fit about how they don't have chicken parm. They won't make her chicken parm. The waitress starts crying.
Oh, no.
She like leaves. The manager
Pretty
comes.
sure she quit.
Oh, my God.
The manager comes back and like says something. All in all, we didn't even eat there. We ended up just throwing a tip on the
wow.
table and getting up and
Wow.
leaving because the waitress was so distraught
Oh my
over
God.
the
It
way
was so embarrassing.
the whole thing went.
That's an
I
embarrassing
ran
situation.
out of there. I was like, I'm going home.
Oh yeah. So and I like missed half of it because I was outside on the phone, and all of a sudden I see them all
Everybody
coming
leaving?
out, and I'm like, I thought
What are we
maybe
running
we
out of
got
check?
kicked out or something.
Right.
I'm like, what the hell is going on? And
Next
Dom's
best
like,
thing.
we're going back to New Jersey. Get in the car. That's it. Really, I'm like, it's like 11 o'clock at night. I'm like, what do you
take it no
mean we're
more.
going back to New
Oh,
Jersey?
man. That's fucked
But we
up.
ended up at a fucking shitty Outback. Remember?
We went to Outback, and at Outback they had chicken parm on the menu, but did she get it?
didn't want it.
No,
She
she
didn't
didn't
want
want it now.
So
Now
good.
she's at Outback. She wanted something else.
She wants a steak now. Oh, that's good.
So-
One time we were at dinner, like out to eat one time, and like you just said that the waitress, so you thought she quit. Our waiter quit in the middle of like he took our order and quit.
Damn.
And we were sitting there. My dad's like, "What the fuck is going on?" And they're like, the lady come like, "Oh, sorry, your server quit." And we're like, "Okay,
what the fuck
what
did I do
we sitting here
wrong?
doing
What
then?"
did we
Like,
say to her?
Yeah, like what do we? And then they're like, "Well, you get your dinner for free." And my dad ordered like 3 entrees after that.
You don't
Because of
say.
that?
Yes. Once they said free, he goes, "All right, well, I'm gonna take something for lunch tomorrow." All right, so what we being shitty service workers or please and thank you? Are we going
Yeah, I
with
think the
service
service
workers?
one.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, and then we got when someone won't stop interrupting you versus someone who won't stop talking about their weird fucking diet. Their preachy weird.
Won't stop interrupting you.
Yeah, that's super
gotta-
fucking rude and like annoying
Yeah.
too.
And the diet's always a fad, so it'll die.
It will die
eventually.
out. Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we have what people rocking white sunglasses versus being weird about the check at the diner.
White sunglasses, weird to check.
I'm just like I picture like I know the person I'm looking at with the white sunglasses, and that's why I'm like, you suck.
Yeah, I think
like,
yeah,
you
no, I think that's
suck.
the winner for that one. For me.
Yeah,
The
like
glasses guy.
I see their big fucking
What makes them a
truck
shittier
Yeah.
person, right? That's the
It's like-
criteria.
I
Yeah.
mean,
With
the
what makes
flag
them a
hanging
shittier
in the back of
person?
it.
I
with
think I
their
have to go
10
with the
flags
check.
hanging off
Yeah,
the back
yeah.
of it. Their picture of the Punisher
You
on the
could
back
have
of their
white
car.
sunglasses and not be shitty.
I don't know.
Wrong.
He's got his no fear fucking Punisher
The
decal
spiked
on his
hair with all
car.
the gel in it.
Blue line.
What kind of cologne is he
Blue
wearing?
line, yeah. The thin blue line shirt. Oh man. I
Wearing
don't know.
cool water.
Yeah.
Oh,
Rocking
man.
cool water. I'm gonna have to go white sunglasses.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait, hold on.
Oh,
hold
no.
on. Just because you wanted white
Well,
sunglasses.
Kurt was with me. So that's two.
There's still 2 left.
Okay.
And I am going with, I agree with Ariel. I think the majority of the people wearing white sunglasses are probably shitty, but not all. Anyone that's shitty to a service person.
No, this isn't that one. This is just being weird,
Weird
about
about the check.
Oh, weird about the check. Okay, so that's more awkward.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ar.
You're going with
White
sunglasses.
sunglasses.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, so now we got someone talking about how much they make or someone that just talks about them fucking self.
I mean, same person. Yeah.
Yeah, because they're talking about themselves and how much they make.
It's the same thing.
I think,
right?
but overall, it's probably the person
Talks
that talks
about
about themselves.
Yes.
I think that's.
I think that's what it is.
Money's
'cause
one
that's-
topic.
Yeah.
Themselves encompasses
They,
everything.
They'll put themselves in every situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or
So-
they compare themselves to no matter what they're doing or talking
Yes.
about. But I feel like with at least talking about money. I mean, like I said, we were talking about money a few minutes ago.
Yeah. But
Like,
yeah, we
that
can
interests
talk
me because I
about
want to hear.
money.
I want to hear them talk about money because I'm like, oh, I want to. I want to know what they did, how they got to X, Y, and Z.
Sure.
I'm
Yeah.
interested in that to talk about it. But if they're like,
Yeah.
oh, well, this and that and blah blah blah.
I went to the
or-
gym
or I
today.
did this
Yeah.
and I did so and so, and I'm like, okay, I don't
Yeah.
care about that. Get back to the money.
Yeah,
Like-
no, for sure. For
You're
sure.
losing track here.
Okay, so yeah, we move on. Okay, so now going on to the finals on this side, we got being shitty to service workers versus people that finish your sentences for you.
Being shitty to service workers versus people that finish your sentences for you.
I think it's the
service
service workers. Me too.
Yeah, because they, I mean, I just feel like they deal with so much that it's like,
Yeah.
you know, you're just even if it is you giving them shit,
Yeah.
there's a line of other people giving them shit. or
Uh-huh.
vice- or,
You're in a line of many.
you know, yeah.
So
That's my opinion.
we all hurrah for that.
Yeah, I would
So
say
moving
so.
on. Now we got white sunglasses
Damn.
versus people that just talk about themselves. I feel like guys who wear white
You guys
sunglasses
are hung
are the
up
guys.
You're hung up on the white sunglasses.
They are the guys
Like, is
that
this
talk
gonna
about
win?
themselves.
This
All
white
right, so
sunglasses gonna
Do
win?
you know anybody? Hold on. Let's think about this for a second. Do you know anybody, or are you friends with anybody that talks about themselves a lot?
Yes.
Not.
But you're friends with them.
Yeah.
I'm trying to. I don't think none of my friends do.
Yeah. I'm trying to think.
I don't think many of my friends do. I don't think I associate with people like that.
Is it talking about themselves or just talking about like, are we calculating like problems into that too.
I'm thinking just me type.
Shit, like very much
my car,
I'm better,
my job. I went on this vacation.
Yeah, I always hate I just hate the woe is me people. Everybody's out to get me.
But I think that
that's
also
like
but I think
no one gives a shit.
That could be encompassed in the same thing. That could be encompassed in the same thing because it's just the other side of the spectrum. It's somebody who talks about themselves, but constantly disparaging themselves. You know what I'm saying? Constantly belittling themselves. That could be someone who talks about themselves.
Or everyone's out to get
comparing.
Exactly. It's all about themselves.
Oh, I know plenty of those.
So
it's the worst.
That is the worst.
I think if we're going to encompass that all together, that's got to be it for me to move on.
I'm sold.
Yeah.
Worse than the white sunglasses?
Yes.
Yes. I would like to move on. From
Ariel defense. Let's call it what it is. Ariel defends the white sunglasses, obviously.
All right.
How many pairs you got?
None.
How many pairs? How many
And you
pairs
know
you
why I
rocking?
don't like white sunglasses? Because they're too fucking white. And then when you put them up against your teeth, they don't look right. You know, like your sunglasses look whiter than your teeth sometimes.
Oh, that's no good.
White people problems.
Then I'm like, no, you can't wear sunglasses that are whiter than your teeth. Then it looks like your teeth aren't white. So I don't even like the white sunglasses.
Okay. So now we got for the winner of the biggest sign that someone sucks is being shitty to service workers versus people who only talk about themselves.
Oh man, this is tough.
I think it's shitty to service workers.
Nope.
I'm actually leaning to that way too.
Really?
I am.
I'm
because
going
that's
with
like the way you treat someone like that in public is a big.
Like you
it's a
just
big
said,
sign of your character.
Do you know someone that talks about themselves a lot? Are you still
Yes.
friends with them? Yes, I'm still friends with them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, would I still want to go out to eat with that person? Yes. Would I still want to go out to eat with a person that's going to embarrass me because they're going to be shitty to the service worker? No.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. It's like that situation is affecting a lot of people that you're sitting with, hanging out, people around you, the server's life, and how they feel about their
Innocent
job,
bystanders.
that kind of thing. Yeah, like
People
everybody
catching the shrapnel.
Yeah, like that is affecting a lot of people versus like a friend just always talking about himself or herself kind of thing.
Very
like,
true.
all right, I can just. You know,
Very true.
you can just talk all day. I'll just text over it. You know what I mean? But like being in a situation,
Yeah,
that's
because like
gotta
I said,
be-
it's you're in that situation and it sucks every fucking time. So yeah, that's definitely for me. And like I said, that's a sign of your character, big time, of how you treat other people, straight up,
100%.
Because I mean, like, somebody can sit there and talk like, yeah, my life sucks. I'm a piece of shit. Blah blah blah. They're just trashing themselves. You know,
Like,
when
yeah,
they-
we-
when
they're
they
really hurting
public-
anybody.
Yeah, they're not hurting
we already
nobody.
knew that. Move on.
Yeah. So yeah, all right. I guess we have
There you
the
go.
winner of the fucking signs that someone sucks. Fat cock. If people who are shitty service workers. That's a 1 seed, and that was chalk.
I like
That was a
it.
good one.
That was chalk. You like them? You like them little tournaments?
That was
fun.
cool.
They're
It was cool.
fun.
At first, a new tournament. Like I heard that.
Yeah, yeah.
And then like you were repeating the questions again. I was like,
You're
wait,
like,
did we just talk about this?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh wait.
versus
And then
that.
where you brought up the
Brackets.
the band thing. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, I'm dumb.
Because I'm like I've been obsessed with tournaments since I was a kid. I think it's like the best way to get through any type of sporting event, anything. Like, to find a real champion, a real winner.
Exactly, because you can. It has to be this or that.
Yes.
You can't just be like, oh well, half and half. It's like no, someone's got to win this. And be done.
Exactly.
The end all be all.
And then you've gone through like a litany of fucking tests. So like you're battle tested. You are the winner.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think it's time to probably wrap it up.
So let's get into the
Get
ha-ha
into the
before we
ha-ha
do.
moment of the week.
This week, the ha-ha moment of the week comes out of Buffalo Land.
Oh, the land of the mafia.
Thanks
Buffalo
to Bill's Mafia and a poor lion. Well, looks like a Lions
Poor
fan in this
performance on
video.
his half. What it looks like to me.
So, in this video from playoffs last week, they're on top of a vehicle, and this guy's going to Suplex City, man. He's getting F5'd onto a fiery table. That's right, a wooden table.
Typical Bills Mafia.
Lit the fuck on fire. This guy suplexed off the car onto the table. Table breaks. This guy still on fire. Gets off the table.
Jesus.
Rolling fire.
But that's the problem. He's not rolling. He doesn't know what he's
you're
doing.
right.
He's like standing and
He's
twisting.
standing.
He's rolling
Yeah.
without on the ground.
Exactly.
Dude, you got
Amateur.
snow right there.
No one
All you
taught
gotta
him
do is stop, drop, and roll.
Exactly. The easiest of all ways to get out of on fire. Just get
Not
on the
too
ground.
bright. Not too. And I mean, look at this
Spitting
guy.
into other people.
Yeah, that's what used to like fire tornado.
Dude, how long you think after that? I mean, it got his like island, his asshole. Like
He was
dude,
burning
when
up.
So when
He
do you
was
think
cooking.
he can sit down?
He was cooking.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Imagine trying to take a shit.
I
after
gotta wear
No.
a diaper for a fucking
Uh-huh.
month.
Oh my God!
That's why it's this week's moment of the week, because we put the little in there too.
I love that.
Yeah, little Nelson Montana.
Kurt,
Good shit.
thanks for coming by,
Thank you
man.
guys so much for having me.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate
Hope
it.
to have
That's
you
right.
back.
You want before we get out of here? You want to plug anything?
hanging?
You want to plug anything? Before
Do
we
you want to plug anything? No, I
yeah.
feel like I've talked. I feel like I've talked about myself enough.
Where can we find you?
God, he's so annoying. All he does is talk about himself.
Man, how much money do you make?
Oh God!
You can find me pretty much on, I guess, like all the platforms for the most part. So, Instagram, Facebook. It's going to be oh crap, it's Kurt for almost everything.
Love
and then,
it.
And then, of course, stuff for like the video stuff. It's going to be Sirius Cinema. That's it. And then the Reservoir Philly for everything.
Nice.
So, oh crap, it's Kurt. You can pretty much find me and everything else from there as well.
Sweet. But yeah, it's been a pleasure having you on the show. I'm glad you got to come up and chill, bro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And then when you start doing your shit, we got to come.
Yeah, you guys come down.
Hell
my
yeah.
area too.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yeah.
Nice.
Shoot the shit.
Love it.
That's right. But everybody, take it fucking sleazy.
And we out.